Hello again, friends. I'm really excited to show you what I discovered today. And it's taking the concept that I was working on yesterday a step further. So this concept was I called the sharp 4 diminished scale run. And it went like this. So if you haven't seen that video yet, you might want to look at it. So it was taking a pattern and putting it over a rotation of fourths, up a fourth, down a fifth. So just doing dominant seventh chords. But by making use of the tritone substitution, we can actually move the chords down in half steps and use the same pattern over it. But what I want to do is what I did was I used a chord it's an altered dominant chord, and it's really just 3 notes. And the bottom 2 notes are a tritone, or 3 whole steps away, or 6 half steps away from each other. And then the top 2 notes are a perfect fourth, which would be 5 half steps away. So let you take a screenshot of the chords first. Now if you'll notice, I have an E7 and then in parentheses B flat, because a tritone substitution is when you take a dominant chord that's a tritone away from the chord that you're actually playing and substitute that out, and it creates a stepwise half-step movement in the bass, half-step motion. So if we have E7, for instance, if I played an E7 chord, let me just bring this down. I'll pause for one moment. So E7, E, G sharp, B, D. Okay, drop the E off. Okay, and now let's actually take an E9, F sharp. Okay, drop the B off, sharp, the 9. So we have an E7 sharp 9. You've got an E, the root, and then you've got the third, the 7th, and a sharp 9, like that. And then if you move that down a half step, we've got it's called an E flat 7 alt. This is called an E7 alt. E flat 7 alt, D7 alt, D flat 7 alt, C7 alt, B7 alt, B flat 7 alt, and it goes on. Okay. Now you'll notice that I have written some notes in parentheses. If you substituted that other note out for the root, that would be a B flat 13. Okay. So the other time I was going through the circle of 4, so this time I'm moving in half steps. And so what you do is you take that sharp 11, which is actually the B flat. So B flat is the sharp 11, and then you start that pattern. And then move this down a half step. The G sharp is the top note. And then D flat. Go back to the top. Come up here, and what the notes that I have in parentheses will help you, because so we were at, I think, A, so our root is going to be A flat. We're going to start on D, so that note in parentheses will tell you where to start. And then now the note that's not in parentheses is what I'm going to hit. Now the note in parentheses is C, that's what I'm going to hit. So I'm working on getting this faster, but rather than go through that right now, I want to show you what I discovered. If you just move down in half steps, you can almost play anything over it. So I was playing with this, and I started fiddling around, and I just started playing this little tune here. I don't know if I went that fast. Let's see. So that's kind of a fun thing to play with. You can find tunes and just those descending chords. They're actually it's like a diminished chord with a raised 7, and it just works. Move it down in half steps and see what you can come up with. So that's how I got the idea to play around with that, and then I recorded If I Only Had a Brain, and that was my last post. So see what you can do with this, and I hope you have fun with it. Have a good evening, and I'll see you next time. And thanks again for subscribing and following my videos. If you're just watching this and you haven't subscribed, I would really love it if you would click on that subscribe button. I'm really trying to grow the channel. We just reached 100 viewers tonight, and so I'm excited about that. It may not seem like much, but it feels to me like, okay, that's the first hurdle. We're going to move up from here, and I'm going to keep trying to publish a lot of tutorials that I hope are helpful, and look forward to spending more time with you at the keyboard. Have a great evening. Bye.